We clean their own neighborhoods. And another thing, when you say integration, it comes on the intermarriage too, right? All of
Right,
them together.
right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half brown, kinky haired black people. And I'm sure
I wouldn't object to that.
well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people.
And
No, it's the point.
what I'm trying to say is this. What I'm trying to say is this. You don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You on the show, and you got to say that.
No, that's not true.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you. You see.
Yeah, we're much different.
I mean, I think society's made us
You know
different.
we're different. We all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all of us.
We all listen. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds. Red birds want to be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons. Tell me when I'm wrong. We should have. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Yeah. Buzzards are with buzzards. Bluebirds are with bluebirds. They all are birds, but they got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert.
Well,
the bluebird like to fly around the trees and the
certain
grass.
problems a buzzard mating with a sparrow, wouldn't there?
What?
There'd be certain.
Right. We have the problems too.
No,
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud, holding their children.
That's because society
and going out.
That's society's fault. I mean, we've got to educate people around it.
Well, life is too short for me to be catching hell for something like that. I'd rather go and do my own. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. They look like me. We're all happy, and I don't have no trouble. No trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
I understand. Yeah, I do understand. I understand. I think it's sad that
it ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I want to blot out my race and lose my beautiful identity. Chinese love Chinese. They love the little slanted out, pretty brown-skinned babies. Pakistanis love their culture. Jewish people love their culture. A lot of Catholics, they want to marry a number of Catholics. They want the religion to stay the same. Who want to spot up yourself and kill your race? You a hater of your people if you don't want to stay who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when He made us all like we were.
I think that's a philosophy of despair.
Despair.
I really do.
It ain't no despair. Number one, can't no woman. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, no woman on this whole earth, not even a black woman in Muslim countries, can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, at last, is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you can't take no Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's gonna hear some Puerto Rican music, he's gonna hear some Chinese music, and they're gonna be clashing all the time. It's just nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be with your own. I want to be with my own. I love my people. That's all I hate.
And now you know you need someone to teach you to respect your woman. You say, well, what about the white woman? No, you've been respecting her. Every time you see a Negro man, he got his head off, showing his teeth to some pale-skinned white woman. And the mistake that you and I have made is leaving our women unprotected. Anybody can get to her. Anybody can abuse her. Any old white man can come and pat a black woman. Can he not? And we are teaching the white man keep his hands and his eyes off our hands. 20 million black people in this country have been like boys in the white man's house. He even calls us boys. Don't care how big you get, he calls you boy. You can be a professor. To him, you're just another boy. I heard him calling Ralph Bunch. Well, he's a good old boy. And if we can't do it, we should hush our mouth. If you can't do for yourself what the white man is doing for himself, don't say you're equal with the white man. If you can't set up a factory like he sets up a factory, don't talk that old equality talk. Get off the welfare. Get out of that compensation line. Be a man. Earn what you need. proud to say that's my husband. Father means you're taking care of those children. Just because you made them, that don't mean you're a father. Anybody can make a baby, but anybody can take care of them. Anybody can go and get a woman, but anybody can take care of a woman. Yes, we hate laziness. We hate drunkenness. We hate dope addiction. We hate nicotine. We hate all of the vices that the white man has taught us to partake in. And he accuses us of hating him. As it was mentioned in the last rally, the only provider many of our children know is the white welfare agent or the white social worker. And because of this, many of our children mistake the white welfare agent or the white social worker as their father. And sometimes they're right. You see all these little half-white babies running around in the community. They're not that way because you and I want them to be that way. The white man rapes and ravishes and takes advantage of our women. He'll take your little sister. Yes, he will. Your little baby sister is the potential bait for every white man in harm. Your little daughter, your mother, your wife. Ask them sometimes. Every time they walk past the white man, he hits on them. He thinks that they're animals that he can abuse at will. This is where you get all these little half-white babies running around the street. None of them know who their daddy is. And all of them think that the white man is their daddy. And as I said, most of them are right. And if you and I, if we don't wake up and keep that white man away from our women, our race will really be destroyed. Keep that white man's claws off our women. Make him know that's the best way. Yes.
What is good, my people? We are live again on here on YouTube. Raw, yeah, I got you. I'll email you because how to use the fan base. I probably end up going over there. So I'm not gonna really be too long on here, but I did want to come on here and let y'all know that we're gonna be over there. But yeah, I'm gonna email you, Raw, because we're trying to figure out a way how to get you over there too. Because we got to get off of their platforms and at least start getting on to some black owned kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all go download the fan base app. Yo, what up, Rashid? And Rashid is on there too. So like I said, I'm not gonna be on here long because we might, have like the discussion over there on fan base, I mean, YouTube, they just block you too much and they give me strikes all the time. So, we got to get off this platform and for real, find a way to put them out of business. So, maybe we'll find a way to get everybody who can't, we'll try to figure out how to get them on there. And, before I go in there too, I'm going to put my email in the chat, right? And anybody who is interested in being a part of the Zoom call, and this is just the beginning, you know what I'm saying? This is just the first meeting, where we're going to, discuss whatever. So I want you to email me and I'm going to give you the details about everything. So it's going to happen on Sunday, I wanted to do it last week, but I had got the strike. So anybody interested, y'all just email me right there and you could be a part of it. And again, make sure y'all subscribe to the other channel in case I get another strike. I'm gonna put another premiere video up probably tomorrow. So like I said, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the other one in case I get another strike. And y'all go to the fan base app. But since I'm not gonna be on here too long, and I called it a state of emergency, you know what I'm saying? Because really, like the mind state that we're in is been past the emergency state. You know what I'm saying? This is just a watered down version of that. You know what I'm saying? We have mental illnesses and how other people prosper off of our illnesses is the very reason that we are not in a position that we need to be. And it's so clear and it's so evident. But we have this white savior complex that we seem to suffer from, as if erasing your blackness is somehow going to help you, but it'll never help you, right? Or trying to include other people or all this other stuff, because nobody is coming to save us. At the end of the day, we are all we got. But it's almost like you can't hear it unless somebody with lighter skin got something to say about it. And see, you know, that's the sickness in our community, how people can capitalize off of everything. And this is why, you know, and not to bring that up, but this is why I'd be like, because they capitalize off even our deaths, right? When we get murdered, they find a way to monetize that. Everything about us is monetized for somebody else to be able to do. We don't control our physical abilities. We play for Europeans who don't have 1/10 of that ability. And we make them billionaires and happy because they give you what, like 1%? See, we have a sick mentality. And really is a state of emergency when not only do we not stop the people from terrorizing our community, we can't even stop people from profiting off of it. Like we seen Hillary Clinton taking over Black Lives Matter, right? Not only did she, you know, reopen up Haiti and put all of her business over there, now she's taking over Black Lives Matter, in particular their finances. And there are still black people that'll be like, yeah, well, I'm still going to donate to this organization. We need this great white hope. But we don't even know that the great white hope has historically meant somebody who's nothing but a loser. The great white hope has lost every time. Like, go back to the beginning of the great white hope. They have lost every single time. It's only us that believe in that great white hope myth, because we don't have no hope in ourselves. So we feel like other people are going to come out here and try to and save us. But even that most liberal white person, they're not going to want to see this system destroyed. You ask them the right questions and you can see whose side they really on. You ask them about, you can ask them about how they feel about what's going on in Ukraine. You can see how they really feel. They don't care that these are people that'll come over here and murder us too. No, they see who looks familiar to them more so than we do. And they're not going to go past a certain code. They may not want to see the video of you strangled to death. That's why they're going to take away critical race theory and all of that. They may not want to see it with their own eyes. But, you know, they definitely don't want to see this system destroyed at the end of the day. But yo, since I'm not gonna be on here long, I'm gonna and by the way, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for anybody who wanna come on here. And like I said, we're gonna go to fan base after we get off here. I'm just coming on here for a little while for anybody who wants to come on. And like I said, I'm gonna just show you a couple of screen shares about some stuff that's going on in our community and how we got to get away from this white savior complex. All right. All right. So first, you know, this white woman, a white professor, right? She raised $200,000 in the name of Philando Castillo. And, you know, we already know what she did with this money. And we see how outsiders can literally capitalize off of our death and make money and use it for their own good. We already got enough to worry about with our own, but we give a pass to especially these white bitches.
Tonight, with an unfortunate update to a story that originally inspired generosity across the state and the country. 4 years after raising more than $200,000 to help pay off school lunch debts in the name of Philando Castile, the woman at the center of the campaign is being sued by the Minnesota Attorney General, accused of donating only a fraction of those donations. In 2017, we told you about the fundraising efforts of Pamela Fergus, who was then teaching a college course on diversity and ethics and decided to start a school lunch debt fundraiser in honor of Philando Castile. Castile was a former lunchroom supervisor at a St. Paul school who was shot and killed by a police officer in 2016. According to new court papers, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison alleges that Fergus went on to raise $200,000 through the campaign, but only donated about $80,000.
That means there's a $120,000 amount of money that Ms. Fergus cannot or will not account for. That's wrong. We're not going to stand for it. Philando Castile cared deeply about the children that he served, and the children loved Mr. Phil right back. He really was a hero in that lunchroom. Raising money supposedly to serve these children and then not serving them is an insult to Philando Castile's memory.
Ellison says the lawsuit comes after more than a year of attempting to work with Fergus in order to account for the money. He says they began investigating the case at the request of Valerie Castile, who initially approved of this fundraiser, but later became frustrated when the money was unaccounted for.
And I want to apologize to everyone that made donations to help pay off those balances. I really felt disrespected. I was hurt. I didn't know what to do because I've been having all these different feelings since I lost my son. When you do this work and you say you're gonna do something, please do exactly what you said you're gonna do.
The news of this lawsuit is obviously frustrating, especially for anyone who gave money to this fundraiser. Though the status of that money is still uncertain, St. Paul Public Schools tells us a separate lunch debt fundraiser endorsed by the district in 2018 did raise more than $35,000 and went directly to helping families. And since last March, the district says federal stimulus has covered.
All right, and yeah, I probably shouldn't have stopped sharing, but you see, this was a liberal teacher who teaches about diversity at a college, who started up a donation thing for Philando Castile, and she kept most of the money and only kept it for a small time. And by the way, notice that they not one time showed her face on the news coverage, right? Because even a black victim face is going to be on the news, but they're not going to put her face on the news because they're going to protect people like that. And we also let people like that get away with it. Now, like I said, I shouldn't have stopped sharing, but like recently, and they haven't even done a news story about this, but recently, she was ordered to pay back the money that she received. So, she got $120,000 in donations. Some say $200,000. She only donated, so she donated 80,000 to schools. It didn't say black schools or nothing necessarily. It just said schools. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to find a picture of her. Yeah, here she is. So this Minnesota college professor, who is supposed to be a liberal on your side, these kind of people, she's out here scamming the people for $120,000, and she got caught up, and she's says she also used somebody else who was shot, or she used Castile, who worked at the school, who was shot, and started a GoFundMe. So she might have even known him. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of stuff that happens when we allow other people to have, because we got that John Brown syndrome, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that, you know what I'm saying, frustrates me, is that we always talk about, well, you know, we always got to make an excuse for John Brown when people don't even talk about how many people he got killed, because he tried to do that stuff multiple times. And the first time they let him go because he was white. So he got a lot of black people killed, and we don't even talk about the black men who fought. You know, we talk about this John Brown syndrome, but there you have it. You know, black people are getting scammed by these people too. You know what I'm saying? And there's the picture of the brother Philando Castillo, and they profit off of our tears. They profit off of our deaths. You know. So let me stop showing that. Yo, what's going on, Bakari? So yeah, man. Yeah, if any of y'all got anything to say about this, this, now you see why I call them white bitches, you know. Any of y'all got something to say about this white bitch who literally scammed $120,000 off of Castillo's name, right? And she's supposed to be your friend. She's supposed to be your ally. This is why I've been doing this stuff about, you know what I'm saying, the searches for the allies that we have around the world. And it seemed like we don't even have an ally in our own selves, right? We have to find somebody else who's going to save us. We got to find somebody else who's going to, you know what I'm saying, come through the sky and put their cape on, right? But even they come in and capitalize when a black man is shot down live on TV. Somebody's going to make money off of that. And that is not going to be us, because we're going to be busy doing the press conferences crying, saying this has to stop, saying all lives matter. Because we got a sick mentality where we let all of these kind of people slide. Now, if we were so worried about discipline, this is the kind of discipline that needs to be enforced by us ourselves. But nah, we'll call her the Jane Elliott. You know what I'm saying? She's invited. I wonder how many cookouts she went to. Right? With your money. Because it's people like that that you invite to the barbecue, and then when they say some suspect stuff, then you looking around all crazy. Because we are the only one that have this self-deprecating mentality about our own identity, where we don't even want to be in our own skin. See, they may not be comfortable exactly with you being shot in front of their face. They may not want to see how hamburgers are made, but they're going to go to McDonald's at the end of the day. And guess what McDonald's is going to do? They're going to capitalize. See, we can't even control our own deaths. Yo, what up, TM? Right? And I don't even know how many times it got to happen, how Black Lives Matter and all of these families was talking about where's the money going, making complaints. But we so busy trying to defend it, talking about, oh, it doesn't mean white people's lives don't matter. Who cares what they think? See, it's that concept right there, that mentality that lets you get them past every single time. You're going to look the other way when they scamming you in your own community. When people setting up shops, setting up stores, selling you the worst possible things in your community, and then taking that money back to their community. As we was talking about the other day, you know, about like the interracial dating on the Fanbase app, we was talking about the interracial dating and how that affects, especially with black men, and how that affects us as far as the economics. But we ain't even talking about how we got to rely on, and what seems like to be countries with black people, to rely on non-black people to come in and run our countries or take the land to do something with it. instead of us just taking the land and doing what we want to. Is this mentality of relying on people who have historically stabbed you in your back. And, you know, the only reason why I'm gonna mention in Black Wall Street, because I've been hearing about Black Wall Street like all week. Like, I don't know what's going on, but, you know, I seen it on like this TV show, and then I heard about like 3 different people bring it up. But the one thing that people fail to talk about Black Wall Street is how when that white bitch accused the black man and 1,500 white boys, lynch mob, white bitches too, went up to the jailhouse. 75 armed black men went up to the jailhouse to defend that brother. And when the mob told them to get rid of their guns, no, they didn't just fold, they shot back. See, they built barricades on their stuff. And what they did was attack the city at 1 o'clock in the morning, and they held them off for hours. Right? But when you're going against the military, when they dropping bombs and airplanes in this hundreds versus thousands, you see, it's a different story. But still, we let and I say white women, what up, B Street, is the most dangerous species in the universe. And we give them a pass. They know how to play both sides of the fence. They argue against things meant to help you, at the same time using it to their benefit, from the right to vote. Because, well, these nigga males got the right to vote, so white women should. Never mind, we was getting lynched and all of that. To affirmative action, and why you see most of the teachers, well, not the teachers, but most of the, you know, people in business positions on TV, it's mostly white bitches, but that's because affirmative action. But they'll be the first to tell you they are against it. No, they're against anybody else getting what they have, but they have been the ones slaughtering just as much. You see, they was the one calling for the lynchings. Right? They said it was the white man's duty to protect white women by lynching more Negroes. But still, we find a way to love them, you know? So I'm gonna go to the next screen share. And like I said, the link in there if anybody want to come on. But I can't see if while I'm sharing the screen. So y'all just hold on for a second. All right, so let's go to the next one. And I'm sure y'all just saw this story about this brother who had him a white bitch, thought it was different, and now he's dead. Same old story.
Answered questions after a stabbing death in Miami.
A man allegedly killed by his own girlfriend. So why hasn't she been charged? Local 10's Nella Sabovic live with details on this. Nella.
The big question is here, was this done in self-defense? Miami police investigators say that this is an ongoing and very active investigation. Meantime, we spoke with a group of friends that knew this couple very well, and they detail a rocky relationship.
It's just heartbreaking, and everyone is just so devastated.
This trio was very close to 27-year-old Christian Obumseli and his girlfriend, who they've identified as 25-year-old Courtney Clenny, an OnlyFans model and Instagram influencer. So when police reported that Obumseli was fatally stabbed by Clenny on Sunday inside their Miami apartment, the friends were left speechless. They portray a very violent relationship at the hands of only one person.
I've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her.
Officers say there was a struggle before Obumseli was stabbed in the shoulder. He died at the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out what happened and if Clenny acted in self-defense.
From what we've personally experienced between the both of them, we believe that Christian wouldn't put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself.
One neighbor who tells me that he has a very clear view of the couple's apartment said a week before the stabbing, things were off and that Clenny
Now listen to this clown right here.
Was the one getting physically abused.
I could not tell if it was open-handed or closed-handed. but he was swinging at her.
Police say in the past 3 months, they've responded to multiple disturbance calls at the couple's apartment. Their mutual friends are still trying to process what went wrong.
Even though that we really lost Christian only, it feels like we also lost Courtney at the same time, because we didn't think that this is as far as it would have gone.
And following the stabbing, Clenny was detained. She was brought here to the police department for questioning, and during that process, she was threatening to kill herself. So officers took her to the hospital where she was Baker acted. As it stands at this moment, she has not been charged. That's the latest here.
All right, so they're not losing this little white bitch, you know what I'm saying? And like she said, she just threatened to kill herself. So instead of putting her in the padded walls or, you know what I'm saying, locking her up, you know what I'm saying, in one of those cells so you can't hurt yourself, they took her to the hospital. They said, we know you stabbed him and all of this stuff. We have multiple calls. You have even her white friends talking about how violent she was. But then somehow this clown saw it happening through his window from his apartment. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was in the movie or something. He could see it through the window, and he was spying on him, by the way, which should probably be a charge on that. But he saw him doing this and doing that. But by the way, he didn't call the police or do nothing like that. But, you know, you see how on code, because they're going to let her go. Because at the end of the day, you still the big, bad black man who did, you know what I'm saying, what he did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she probably claims, she probably don't even have to. All she have to do is claim self-defense. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, that's where that self-hating gets you, because we've seen cases the other way around, but we can't act like this hasn't happened. Because, I mean, and y'all better not get scared when I say this, but in the history of America, I would bet money that white women, white bitches have raped black men more than the other way around. Right? Yes, you understand me. Right? Because that threat of that false stuff, because we sleep on that little anger, that temper that they have, that murderous spirit that they have. Right, exactly, Raw. It's their duty. But see, we ain't even gonna talk about how she was this OnlyFans model, because we know if it was a black, and this is why I call them white bitches, because if it was a black woman, it would have been like, these black bitches deserve it. And this is black men talking. These black bitches is this and that. No, these white bitches is psychopaths. And you think they love you? You think they're going to give up their position in society for you? And in any case, what was the best case scenario that could have happened? He would have had a baby and married this white OnlyFans model. Yo, what up, Tracy? Yeah, that's a fact, Tracy. So he would have had a baby with this white OnlyFans model. Then he would have been complaining about baby mamas. But we know who they put that stuff on. Right? Like they didn't have a president with 5 baby mamas out here. But we know who that stereotype belongs to. Right? The originators of that. But, you know, this brother gave them a pass. And ultimately, it causes our destruction countless times. I don't know how many times I can count. I mean, like, if Carolyn Bryant lived out her life peacefully, you know, slept in her bed every night, nothing happened to her, admitted it when she got old, still slept peacefully, no police knocking at her door for the crime she committed. Right? You still have people from Black Wall Street trying to testify in Congress for what happened to them. If you look at this documentary on Rosewood, it's this you know, lady who was a survivor. You know, she was young at the time. She was like a teenager or a young girl. And they asked her, what would you tell your great-grandson who was standing right beside her? And the young children who want to rebuild, you know, what they had in Rosewood, what they had in Black Wall Street. And she said, don't do it where the enemy is surrounding you. but we try to surround ourselves with the enemy, like fit in, because somehow we give ourselves this, well, we give them this pass, and we will never accept that within ourselves. I wonder if this brother would have had that same energy with a black OnlyFans model. Because I'm going to show you one more thing on this. All right. So I'm going to skip around this video a little bit because
Sunday evening, condos in Edgewater, where they found Christian stabbed near lifeless. Medics rushed him to Ryder Trauma, where he later died. Police say this was a domestic situation, and they detained a woman not too long after the stabbing after they arrived. But she, Baker, acted, meaning that she had to involuntarily be taken to a mental health hospital. That woman has not been formally charged, so we are not identifying her. Florida's Baker Act requires up to a 72-hour hold for evaluation.
Go to his tweets and stuff.
12, one of my followers is saying that black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. And I say, honestly, I don't care because black girls ain't my type. Another tweet from 2012 says, I can't believe one of my followers thinks I talk to black girls when I don't. And then he puts an exclamation point. He wants to make it completely known that he does not talk to black women. Another tweet from 2012 states, the way black girls disgrace themselves on TV, well, I mean, this is clearly obtuse and it misses the mark because black women are not the only black people who make a fool of themselves on television. It really is that a lot of black people, especially within the reality TV realm, do, you know, some raunchy, ratchet things, but nonetheless, just the irony within him really being degrading and condescending towards black women and his preference being white women and him being taken out exactly 10 years after he tweeted these things, being taken out by his preference. The last tweet is from 2015 and it says, white titties are better than black titties. I'm just saying, ha ha. Well, you know, he thinks it's funny to really put white women above black women. I found it really pertinent to give you all this update as I told.
Right, which that one is kind of interesting because they literally had to like use black women to breastfeed their own children because they couldn't do it. Right, and yeah, we ain't talking about that, Tyron. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, and we go along with that, you know what I'm saying? Now I guess that footage probably came from that dude who was on that interview, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that would make sense. But you know what I'm saying? Like there you have it, you know, the love and the past that we give them. And that's why we got to be careful about, you know what I'm saying, like if we calling who we calling like, you know, biracials and all of this stuff, because you telling me that this white bitch can create a black child, right? Who she would probably stab that to death too. Because, you know, we're not going to act like we don't know what happened. But apparently it only mattered. What up, Viral Drip? But apparently it only mattered when, you know what I'm saying, is a black woman when all this other stuff. So I forgot. That was one more thing for this. So there's a couple articles. So, you know, this Only Star fans, you know, stabbed her quote unquote boyfriend. And she stabbed him in the shoulder. And she said it's unclear if he was stabbed in self-defense. But some in one of these articles said he may have been sleeping at the time when he got stabbed. So I don't know how it was self-defense. And apparently he's saying it was a struggle. And he died at the nearby hospitals. And of course, she has not been formally charged with their death. Now, I don't know how many times that these people are the last ones with them and even go to the police like, yeah, you know, this person died while I was with them, and they walk away without getting charged with anything. And you know, he probably think he hit the lottery, you know what I'm saying? Probably think he got a quote unquote pretty white bitch. But we see what happens, you know what I'm saying, when you start making excuses, right, for trying to, you know what I'm saying, do what you want to do. It's going to come with consequences cuz I mean, hey. So of course, you know, her friends, even her friends said we've never seen him hit her. You know, and they were saying like she was the one that would be going at him, but they didn't think it would go that far, you know what I'm saying? But she online like that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna skip past that because y'all probably still call her, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably still try to go out with her and y'all don't care. Y'all have to learn the hard way too. But it said it's unclear if or when she'll be released from the hospital. However, new content was added to her OnlyFans page the day after she was detained. So she putting up more stuff on OnlyFans after she stabbed this dude to death. And of course, she's still not charged. So, you know, of course they're gonna escalate it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if this is worth your life, I mean, we should still be mad about Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? But if stuff like this is worth your life, then so be it. But I mean, you're gonna have to face the consequences, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. Yo, what up, Bakari?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, my brother.
Hey, man, I hate to tell you, but I blocked your boy out the chat, man. I'm being honest. I blocked him out the chat. He was talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about.
Nah, man, don't block him, man. Just goddamn, just ignore that shit.
No, they need to be blocked, man. You talking about
Nah,
stuff, they always
nah,
come
nah,
around
nah.
trying to change.
Nah, we can't. Nah, I ain't fucking block that shit. Go ahead, though.
You can't let people be a disruption. But you know what? People go, my thing, he was talking about the guy, the African guy that was stabbed, right? That's and I'm going to say this, like, nice as possible. That's a decision that he made. When you go back and you look through all of his stuff, right? You don't see not one black friend when they showed all of his friends. It wasn't just his white girlfriend, only whatever, only fan model, whatever the hell she is. That's all you saw around him was that. Nothing else. And now she's not she got detained. No charges on her or anything yet, right? Nothing. It's I don't know. Like, what do you say? What do you do? You understand? What do you what do you do with our with the decisions that our people make? We make decisions, and then the same people that we complain about all the time, we like to call them white supremacists and all that. But the same people we make decisions about all the time is the same people that we want to be under. Uh, I hear people say, well, look at the conditioning that they did to us, right? Excuse me. I understand what we went through as a people. I would never deny what we went through. But in this 21st century, man, this is here in 2022, a lot of the stuff that we're doing, it's decisions that we are making to put ourselves in this position. We have to start using our brain. We are smarter than the way we carry on. We have to start respecting and loving ourselves. When you see something like that, and all of his friends is just white. They have no love for my take on it, have no love for themselves, not just black people, for themselves. They want to fit in with the so-called with the power structure. You understand? They want to fit in with the power structure. And regardless of what we're going through, and those are the type of people, sad that young man lost his life, her brother lost his life, but those are the type of people that we have to be careful of when we building stuff. Like when you start to do work and people, it's just certain people you just gonna have to turn away. And when you see that, no, because your friends can't come to our cookout. We got to get past, oh, everybody's invited to cookout. Your friend, that friend cannot come to our cookout. We have to do better. We know what they're gonna do. See, they doing what they supposed to do. Even when the woman took my, even when YouTube took my video down off for saying violent content, right? When they took my video down because I showed some black people beat up white people, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Now we have to start doing what we are supposed to do, right? We have to start doing what we're supposed to do. Right now, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And that's my take on it. And I yield the mic.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go to the next one. But yeah, Bakari, yeah, like, you know, like with that too, like we gotta have the same people and, you know, same kind of energy when like other people come on just to argue sometimes too, you know what I'm saying? So let me go to the next thing, because like, yeah, I was just gonna go quick because we was about to go to the fan base thing anyway. Yeah, you was like this time, Bakari, so I don't know. But yeah, let me go to the last screen share, because I want to show, you know, what's going on globally, even though, you know, like I said, we try to save everybody but ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So let me share the screen. First of all, let me show you how these other people over there are seeing you.
Me, I'm sorry, it's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
And so, of course,
And he don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, by the way.
Me, I'm sorry, it's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
And so, of course, I understand and respect the emotion. What you are outlining there is this tension between longer-term efforts to apply pressure to Vladimir Putin, such as financial sanctions, and the very immediate military threat, which...
All right, and so that's how they feel, like, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna stand up with each other, even in their own, you know what I'm saying, disagreements. They understand, you know what I'm saying, the whiteness factor, you know what I'm saying. They're gonna fight with each other, but when it comes to us, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be on this certain code. So let me show y'all this, because I know like they was talking about detention centers and, you know, like they coming over here to replace us and stuff. So let me show you what's going on here.
There's a new report released that found that dozens of non-white Ukrainian residents who fled the conflict are now being held in long-term detention facilities in Poland and Estonia. Yeah, and some of them are being held 3 weeks or more. Here's a picture of what those detention camps are looking like. They're not pretty at all. And that photo comes to us courtesy of a joint investigation conducted by Lighthouse Reports, Independent UK, and other journalism outlets. And the experiences in these camps, they're being documented and they are harrowing. What we know is that one of the students said that they were stopped by officials as they crossed the border and were given no choice but to sign a document they did not understand before they were then taken to the camp. They did not know how long they'd be held there. There's a 29-year-old black man from Nigeria who was studying in Ukraine before fleeing, and he said this. He says his phone was confiscated by Polish border guards and he was given no option but to sign a form he did not understand. It was written in Polish. I didn't know what I was signing. I said I wouldn't sign, but they insisted I sign it, and that if not, I would go to jail for 5 months. The student said he was then taken to court where there was no interpreter to translate what was being said so that he could understand, and then taken to a detention center in a small village in what I believe is Lesnalio. Now, there's another student as well who described their ordeal right now, and they described that to an activist. He had said, my mental health, I'm just scared. We escaped Ukraine. It was very, very horrible experience. And you know, it's the most biggest risk of my life. Now we are under detention. At the beginning, I thought I was being kidnapped. This really shakes me to the core, thinking these individuals who are fleeing conflict and a war that they had nothing to do with at all. And as a result of the color of their skin, they are not being treated like everyone else. In fact, they're being put in these detention camps, feeling like they're being kidnapped, not getting the information that they need, and also not having access to the outside world. Apparently, it's been said that they could submit or they could send emails to communicate, but that's not even consistent. This is very, very upsetting. And also, we know that this is going on despite an EU protection directive that was issued on March 4th. And it stated that any kind of third country national studying or working, living in Ukraine should be admitted to the EU temporarily on humanitarian grounds. And this directive also is supposed to help refugees fleeing the invasion to stay in whatever country they end up in for at least a year and to have access to education as well as to work while they're there. And also, as the Independent UK notes, this EU directive states that it also applies to nationals of third countries other than Ukraine residing legally in Ukraine who are unable to return in safe and durable conditions to their country or region of origin. And so what is the reasoning? What is the excuse? Well, I can tell you that in a letter to a member of the EU Parliament in mid-March, Polish border police, this is a letter here, confirmed that they're holding at least 52 third country nationals. You may not be able to read this letter because it's, in Polish, but hey, I can tell you basically what it says. The letter stated that this detention was necessary to carry out administrative proceedings for granting international protection or issuing a decision on obliging a foreigner to return. A spokesperson for the Polish border force said it couldn't give any detail about the procedures on foreigners because of the protection on personal data, adding that it is the court which takes the decision each time to place people in guarded centers for foreigners. And there are a number of African embassies out there in Poland who are also wondering why their nationals are being detained given this directive, and they're trying to work on their release.
All right, so pretty much, and it's pretty much black people. We're gonna be like black and brown, black and brown. That's what's up, Tanzan. Exactly, Raw. So of course they was like talking about black and brown on there, but we know who that's happening to. So yeah, Bakari, you all got something to say about it?
No, I'm just listening. Go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah. That was the last screen share. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat if somebody want to come on before we go off here. Bakari is about to put up a room on fan base. So hold on. All right, so yeah, pretty much, there you have it. And it's not just them, I'm saying, all of these black people with the Ukraine flags flying on their, social media and all of this stuff. And this is how they treating our people. And we got people over here talking about, from Detroit talking about, I'm gonna go over there and help them fight for what's going on over there. When we see what's going on with our own over here, but we got this white savior complex, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, when we feel like we have to have somebody else as a savior, then you cannot be in the position that you need to be in to operate the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to get into the right mind to be able to trust yourself and not feel like you need somebody to come in and save you. Right? But right now, we just got the image of like, yo, we gonna hire Ben Crump, we gonna try to get a settlement, and we gonna march and say Black Lives Matter. And at the end of the day, we're gonna donate our money to Black Lives Matter, and Hillary Clinton is in charge of the organization. And then we like, why can't we get nowhere? Because we're not even thinking politically. We can't even capitalize, well, not even capitalize. We can't even stop somebody from capitalizing off of our own deaths. Right? And we still feel the need to love all of these other groups and put them above ourselves. And we look at each other like we're such the enemy, but the other groups are staying on a particular code because they know at the end of the day, they can always be protected. No matter what they have done, right? When it comes to you, they are going to stay on a certain code because they cannot let you have that. And see, when you can't stop somebody from making money off of your death and there's nothing that you can do about it, and in fact, you continue to give money, that's a mental health problem. And that's a state of emergency that we're in if we don't do something about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, you know, right now we are not in the right mental state. If we still got this complex where we take up, especially for these white bitches, because I'm sure a number of y'all watching this, and maybe not the people here right now, but whoever watched this, some of y'all probably still date that white girl. And she could kill you and get away with it too. But yeah, Bakari, you want to say something?
There's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, you there, Bakari?
A whole lot of work to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of doing this work, the first thing for me that I'm eliminating distractions. We have too much work to do to constantly allow distractions. And what you said was true. It is some people I have allowed to come through that ain't on topic, that ain't. But they gonna have to go too. They're gonna have to get on topic, be what we're about, or move on. Because as long as we allow distractions in, we cannot fix ourselves. We cannot come up with solutions on how we're going to better our positioning in this country and around the world. Right? We like to say they allow this person to come in and do this and this person to come in and do that. So for me, our distractions and the people that understand the movement that we're on, understanding how we have to stop trying to sit under people.
Hey, Bakari. Yeah, Bakari, your mic went out. I don't know if you can hear me.
And we have to be together.
Hey, Bakari. Hey, your mic went out when you was like, it went out like probably like 20 seconds ago.
I say
You
it's
hear
a
me?
historical war.
Hey, Bakari, you heard me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you?
Nah, your mic going in and out.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you clear now. We missed like the last part of what you were saying.
I say this is not a war of the last 300 to 400 years. It's a war, historical war, go back to thousands of years. And people have to understand that. And for the people that understand what we're up against worldwide, What we're up when you show that stuff that's going on in Ukraine, it doesn't make a difference where you show it. It's worldwide. Go to the UK. Go anywhere in Europe. It's worldwide. Go to South America. Go look up Palenque, Colombia. Look how those Africans still live amongst themselves. First free village in the Americas. The country don't do nothing for them. Look up Choco, Colombia. Wherever you see our people, we're going through the same problems. So common sense should tell us it's time for us to stop fighting and arguing and bickering and bringing confusion all the time. Like I say, if you want to have a conversation every blue moon and you can want to talk about that sometime, okay. But when we're talking about serious stuff, that's what we're going to be about. And that's what we got to be about. And I yield the mic.
All right, Bakari. And yo, maybe you know, we can make that the topic in the room. You still trying to set up a room on Fanbase?
Yep, it's gonna be a few topics. I know one topic is you're natural. We're gonna discuss the crab and the bear mentality. But I have a different point of view on the crab and the bear mentality. You know how we like to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, you want to explain it because let me say this. Like I said, anybody who want to come on real quick, we about to get off of here, so y'all get the Fanbase app. But yeah, Bakari, I'm gonna give them you know, a second to, like, you know, get everything together. But yeah, go ahead, break it down.
Well, you know, I was gonna when they come on, I see crab and the bear mentality is something different. We like to say our people are crabs in the barrel. Crabs in an unnatural environment, and so are we. Come to Fanbase if you can. I guess for people that don't have Fanbase, I'll break it down a little bit, right? So since we're in an unnatural environment, just like crabs in a barrel, crabs live in the ocean or they live in the lake, right? Fresh water or salt water. When you put them in a barrel or a bucket, they're out of their natural environment. So the crab that's clamming his way out, the crab at the bottom is not intentionally keeping him from escaping. That crab is trying to get out of an unnatural environment as well. But the crab don't have the same mind that we have, where we can think and assess things and make adjustments, right? So with us, we're in an unnatural environment. And in an unnatural environment, we are all looking for ways out, right? I.e. Christianity, Islam, any religion, i.e. FBA ADOS, i.e. like me, Pan-Africanism. And that's the way I'm going to say it go, because it's about unity, right? Amongst black folks, all of us, that's me, right? But since we are in an unnatural environment, when we see a brother, just look at the projects. We stack like sardines there. Go to the big cities with skyscraper projects. That's an unnatural environment. So these brothers and sisters is trying to climb their way out. The brother at the bottom, the sister at the bottom, is not necessarily trying to hold them back. They are trying to get out of that barrel themselves. But since we have a mind where we can assess things, where we can make adjustments, we can build a ladder, we can do all that, right? So now it's back to we. So, but we can stop and understand the best way to get out of this unnatural environment, the best way to get out of this barrel is for us to work together. And that's what are some of the things I'm going to be discussing on Fanbase. I just try to look at things. I look at things a little different. That's it.
All right. And yo, we definitely got to find a way to get Raw on there. I don't know if you was listening earlier. She wanted to email to see how she could do it on her computer. So
try to look, go in on your Google thing and Google download Fanbase app, or if you had a Microsoft store on your computer.
Yeah, you might gotta email her, like, you know, this, like, just a couple of steps, you know what I'm saying?
Cause she gonna need to download a certain, what is on Microsoft, what, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? But I'm gonna have to look at it because I don't know how to do it. I just Googled it last night because I tried to put it on my computer to see if I could do it.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna email you, Raw. I got you. And Tanzania, you should definitely come over there. God, everybody in here, Viral Drip, you should definitely get one. Tracy, Tracy, make sure you get the fan base app, and shout out to TM and Broad Street, Micah, my brother Rashid, he got one, and y'all follow Bakari on there. Mine is the forecast, like you see it on the screen. CJ guy on there, and so yeah, Twin Pyramid, all y'all get that because we trying to get off these platforms because it's first of all it's a black owned platform, which is a step up, and we can say a lot more things, you know what I'm saying, even though it may have its flaws, and hopefully one thing I want is like so we can keep the audio from it, you know what I'm saying, but maybe that'll come, and also a whole lot of other things, but yeah, so y'all go over there because I'm not gonna be up too late tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and get started over there. So Bakari, you got any last words?
Just download the Fanbase app. I put it in the chat. My handle is Bakari Keebway. Download the Fanbase app and join the movement. Peace and one love.
Yo, Truth 8884. What up, my brother? What up? Hey, I was just telling everybody, make sure you get the we about to go over the fan base right now. Make sure you get the fan base app because we about to go over there and have a conversation, because YouTube be hating anyway. So we trying to go to this black platform, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to say something, Bakari?
Yeah. Truth 884, do you know what Fanbase is? Do you have the app? Download the app. I put my name in the chat. It's Bakari Keebway on there. Download the app. Whoever download it, we follow one another. That way we can stay in touch on there. I might have to come back and be on YouTube while I'm on Fanbase, be on Fanbase, but then just turn the YouTube on so Raw can know what we talking about, know what's going on. I'm going to see if I can do that.
Yeah, that'll work.
And peace, brother guy.
All right, so yeah, Bakari about to set it up. So y'all follow Bakari, and we're gonna be live on there. Yo, it's the whole app is new though, you know what I'm saying? So like we all kind of getting used to it, but like I said, it's better over there. It's more freedom, and we can talk a lot more real than on here. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all get that. But yeah, so while Bakari setting that up. And while I'm gonna let I'm gonna just go ahead and wrap it up. I was gonna play something, but I ain't gonna play it. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna play it. Cause this is the mindset that we have to develop, you know what I'm saying? So this is my last words.
Clean your neighborhoods. And another thing, when you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All been together.
Right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, no intelligent white man in his or her right mind want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half brown, kinky-haired black people.
I'm sure I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people would. No, it's the point.
What I'm trying to say is this. You don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You on the show, and you gotta say that.
That's not true.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't think I'm any different from you. You see.
Yeah, we're much different.
I mean, I think society's made us different.
You know we're different. We all together.
Society's made us different.
No, not society. God made us different.
No, we're just human beings. He made all of us.
We all listen. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds. Red birds won't be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons won't be with pigeons. Tell me when I'm right. We should have. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence than them, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Buzzards are with buzzards. Bluebirds are with bluebirds. They all are birds. But they got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert.
Well,
The bluebird like to fly around the trees
There'll
and
be
the
certain
grass.
problems a buzzard mating with a sparrow, wouldn't there?
What?
There'll be certain. Yes,
we have the problems too. I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud, holding their children
That's because
and
society.
going out.
That's society's fault.
All right, so yeah, we about to go over there right now. Come on, Tyron, you can't act like Black Americans ain't got that colorism, ain't loving that those white bitches. You know what I'm saying? We can't act like that's not been a part of history, no matter where we've been. You know what I'm saying? That seems like to be like the white man's kryptonite. But I'm here to tell you that these white bitches is the most dangerous species on earth, and y'all better stop caping for them and arguing for reasons why y'all can invite them to the cookout, because guess what? They'll poison everybody in that damn cookout and walk out like nothing happened, right? Because they don't care. They're about themselves. And at the end of the day, right? And like I always say, until that sentencing gap, like, because white bitches get the least amount of time, black men get the most. So you solve that gap right there, then, you know what I'm saying, then I'll consider it. But for now, you know what I'm saying, these is the most dangerous species in the universe, in the galaxy, and you know, and known existence. So y'all better beware, you know what I'm saying? And that affects us all over the world. But like I said, y'all go to fan base, man. But as always, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.